All right. Karibu. My name is Banana Peddler. Now, today I want us to look at the politics of 2027. And I want us to look at this bila makasiriko yoyote. Fine, I've been saying that William Ruto is going to be re-elected in 2027, and most of the people, especially from the Murima side, uh, have been up in arms against me. I've always taken umbrage at what I've been saying. I understand they are bitter, and that is okay. But today I'm here to prove to you that William Ruto is going to be re-elected in 2027. And when I say this, and it doesn't mean that I'm on William Ruto's payroll, I'm on the government's payroll. No. Because I've been rejecting my own, our own, Fred Matiang'i, as people have been saying. That is not the case. I always look at things the way they are and comment the way, just like any other Kenyan. Now, I want to take you step by step and prove to you that Dr. William Ruto is going to be re-elected in 2027. So pay attention. So tumesema hakuna makasiriko. Tunataka tu tuzungumze. You know, this is our country and we have to speak. We have to say everything as it is. That is why we have the freedom of speech, freedom of expression. So, now, I want us to look at this coalition, the opposition coalition, the probable opposition coalitions that maybe that might take William Ruto home. And currently, there has been a lot of wrangles in the opposition side. Tumeona recently, Rigathi Gachagua was in Mavoko, was in Saikuru, and area MP, the member of parliament for Mavoko, Patrick Makau, did not attend. And we saw Rigiji bashing him, and he told the people that this is not the kind of leader that you guys deserve. You need to sack him. You don't need to chagua him the other day. And consequently, we saw people come out, Makau's supporters came out, and in fact, they were carrying placards, they were demonstrating, they were defending their member of parliament. Whether they were mobilized or not, it remains to be seen. However, the area MP, the same Makau, came out and made a lot of confessions. He said that Rigathi Gachagua does not deserve to be a national leader. And he said that given between William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, he will choose William Ruto 1,000,000 times. Now, from Patrick Makau's statement, you can tell what so many leaders are thinking, including these leaders wenye huwa wanatembea na Rigiji. In fact, these people don't believe in Rigiji. And I want to tell my brothers and sisters from Murima that it is Rigiji ndiye alikosana na William Ruto. But somehow Rigiji has managed to drag the whole community kwa mambo yao yenye walikosania na William Ruto, and anapeleka the whole community baharini. Now, we have Dr. Fred Matiang'i, we have Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, we have Eugene Wamalwa, we have Natembea, we have in the opposition, and we have Rigathi. They are all led by Rigathi Gachagua. Now, between these people, who is likely to take William Ruto head on and maybe kick him out of government and take over? Let us start with Dr. Fred Matiang'i. When these people come together, the opposition now, the opposition side, when the opposition side come together, and they decide now, let us give Dr. Fred Matiang'i. Number one, Rigathi Gachagua has given conditions. He has told Fred Matiang'i that if you want the Murima votes, but of course, Dr. Fred Matiang'i cannot be president without the entire Murima votes. All of Murima votes. That is when he can only be president. But without them, he cannot be president. Now, Rigiji has given him conditions. He has told him that if you want to join us, first of all, come with 2.5 million votes. That is condition number one. Condition number two, come with a party that is not Jubilee. And we even saw the other day, Muranga Senator John Nyutu was telling Matiang'i, was warning Kioni actually, against selling Matiang'i, against telling Matiang'i that is going to get the Mrima votes through the Jubilee votes. He told Matiang'i categorically, that is Senator Nyutu, he told Matiang'i that you can only get the Mrima votes, mlango ya kuingia Mrima, kuchukua kura ya Mrima is only Rigathi Gachagua. The same Rigathi Gachagua who has given Matiang'i a lot of conditions, because Rigathi told Matiang'i to quit maybe Jubilee and join DCP akuje. In short, Rigathi Gachagua wants to be boss. Rigathi Gachagua wants everyone to be under him so that he can bully them. And I can tell you for free that Rigathi Gachagua wants to be on the ballot in 2027. And it is going to happen that way. Because, sincerely speaking, of all those people, the only person who can get a lot of votes if he's on the ballot, although he will not win, is either Rigathi Gachagua or Fred Matiang'i. No, Rigathi Gachagua actually will get a lot of votes from Mrima, but not outside Mrima. But he will not beat William Ruto. That is, I'm assuming now, if Rigathi Gachagua was on the ballot. Fred Matiang'i, as I've said before, he is the only man who is capable of taking Dr. William Ruto home. I agree. I've said William Ruto is beatable. Anything is possible. Fred Matiang'i is the only person who is likely to take President William Ruto home. But it is very difficult for Fred Matiang'i to take William, because the opposition is not going to unite and support him. Now look here. Let's say Rigiji has said we are going to support Fred Matiang'i. Already, as we see, Kalonzo is on his way out. Kalonzo is leaving. Kalonzo is on his way out of that coalition, out of the opposition. And as they say, anytime he might be either joining William Ruto or going his own way. He might chart his path. Now, what does it mean for Kalonzo Musyoka to walk out of the opposition? Kalonzo Musyoka has more than, let's say, 2 million votes, approximately 2 million votes. If Kalonzo walks out with 2 million votes. These 2 million votes added to the 5 point something Mrima votes brings to 7 point something million votes. So when Kalonzo leaves, he has already weakened the other side, the opposition, the Rigiji side. So Kalonzo Musyoka walking out of the opposition re-elects William Ruto indirectly. What do I mean by this? Kalonzo Musyoka does not need to go and join Ruto so that Ruto can be re-elected. No. The only thing Kalonzo Musyoka needs to do is just to go and vie. Kalonzo aende asimame. The moment he goes and vies, William Ruto is re-elected. Now, these people are not going to agree on one candidate, to support one candidate. They are not going to agree. If Rigathi Gachagua says that, I'm the kingmaker now, I want Fred Matiang'i to be president, Kalonzo Musyoka is going to walk out. And that is already, that is a deficit. It's a very big deficit. Now, if you look at the people of Mrima, if Rigathi Gachagua says that I have decided we are going to support Kalonzo Musyoka, I can assure you that if Rigathi Gachagua supports Kalonzo Musyoka as the presidential flag bearer of their coalition, William Ruto will get 3 million votes from the mountain. What do I mean? What I mean is this. Kikuyus and other non-Kikuyus especially, in fact, so many people in the country don't trust Kalonzo Musyoka. They don't trust Kalonzo Musyoka. So, these people actually, majority of the people from Mrima, not even majority, but all of them, almost all of them, believe that Fred Matiang'i is the right man for this job. They believe that it is only Fred Matiang'i who has the capabilities of taking William Ruto home. Now, how are they going all to rally behind Dr. Fred Matiang'i and they depend on Rigathi Gachagua to make that happen. Number one, Fred Matiang'i has been given conditions that you must get out of that camp so that you come. And remember, Fred Matiang'i is perceived to be, or he is Uhuru Kenyatta's man. Uhuru Kenyatta, who doesn't look into the eye with Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua has tried several times to try and get to Uhuru Kenyatta, but Uhuru Kenyatta has declined the invitations. Then this man comes now, this factotum that is believed to be Uru's. Then he comes and says that he wants to be. Everyone believes that this is Uru's man. And Rigathi Gachagua wants to make his own men, people that will be under him. What I'm trying to say is that if Rigathi Gachagua says that Fred Matiang'i is going to be the flag bearer, all the Mrima votes, all the Mrima bloc is going to go with Dr. Fred Matiang'i. And then as a result, even the rest of the people in the country, there are so many people who believe in Matiang'i too. These ones who say one term, who don't like William Ruto, are going to vote for Matiang'i. Now, it might be easier for Matiang'i to capture the presidency. But the problem is one. The moment Rigathi Gachagua says that Dr. Fred Matiang'i is going to be our flag bearer, Kalonzo Musyoka will walk out. Because Kalonzo Musyoka will say, I am the senior most. I am the senior most. You know, now these people have egos that are the biggest egos, the size of an elephant. Nobody wants to calm down, to tone down, and maybe allow the other person to run. Because Kalonzo is going to say that I'm the senior most. Fred Matiang'i has never vied for even MCA. He has never canvassed for any vote, maybe even for as an MCA, even as a member of parliament. He has never tried it. He has never vied for anything. How come that he just comes and you want to hand over the presidency to him? Yet I'm the senior most. As a result, the Kalonzo's people are going to tell him, no, you go and vie. So Kalonzo will walk out, go and vie. And the moment Kalonzo goes to vie, what happens? Even if Kalonzo goes to vie, okay, suppose Kalonzo goes to vie independently as a presidential candidate. He stands as a presidential candidate. Then Matiang'i is supported by Mrima. So Matiang'i is going to get the Mrima votes and other votes from outside, those people who still admire him. But William Ruto is still going to beat him because William Ruto is going to get the Kalenjin votes. He's going to get the northeastern votes, huko za Somali nini, and you know it is close to 3 million votes. William Ruto is going to get the coast votes. The coast votes, actually, all of them except for Kambas. You know, there are so many Kambas in coast. There are so many Kambas in coast. These same Kambas, who we assume will go with Kalonzo Musyoka. Now, William Ruto is going to get the coast block, he's going to get the northeastern block, he's going to get a lot of votes, in fact, more than half of votes from Western Kenya. That one, there is no secret about that. And as a result, he will be re-elected. Now, the people who are going to stay in problems are the Kikuyus. Because Kikuyus will now realize that this Rigiji man has led us into the ditch. Yeye ndiye alikosana na Ruto and he has led us. And what happens now after William Ruto takes over, after his second term? Remember, that time he's not looking for anything. He is not looking for a re-election. Right now, all the things that are happening, William Ruto is trying to be lenient. He is trying to calm down. He is trying to be meek because he needs another term. And for Kikuyus now, after William Ruto is re-elected without their votes, all these things zenye unaona saizi William Ruto anabembeleza, he is giving them things and they are insulting him, wanamtukana, anawapatia, anawafosia na wanamtukana. You cannot see these things after William Ruto is re-elected without the Mount Kenya, the Mrima votes. You will not see them. In fact, he is going to be a totally different person. because that saa hiyo he does not need a re-election, sio kiti anataka, and he will take all those developments, hizo ni vitu zote, and take them elsewhere, especially Nyanza, apeleke Western, apeleke Rift Valley. That is when now Kikuyu will cry, watalia, waseme, wajaribu kusabu. And that time, remember this time people have been demonstrating, watu wanaenda nini, si ati ni uoga na uzia watu. That time you will not threaten William Ruto with easy demonstrations nini. It is not going to happen that way. Saa hiyo he has nothing to lose. Saa hii alikuwa anabembeleza, you know, when you want another term, obviously lazima ukue nice, lazima ubembeleze until Kikuyus think they have the logbook of this country called Kenya. But that time William Ruto is not going to listen, because there is nothing you will do to him. Now as a result, that is when now Kikuyus will realize tulikuwa tumepewa kumbe mawaziri 7, mawaziri 8 actually, tulikuwa tumepewa all these big positions in government, key positions in government zenye Kikuyus wana hold, they will be given to other people. And now William Ruto, before he exits, he will make sure anaweka another person president who is not a Kikuyu. And now what happens after William Ruto? Suppose William Ruto is re-elected in 2032, and whether he rigs or he does not rig, whether he wins fairly or he rigs, what Kikuyus are going to do, they will now change the tune and say 2032 Simbali, wacha maliza aende. That is what they'll say. Let him finish and go, so that we can take over the presidency in 2032. You don't expect Kikuyus to take it to the streets and maybe start vandalizing the property doing. No. Kikuyus will not do that, because number one, they are not violent by nature, and even the property that was supposed to be vandalized belongs to them, so they cannot destroy their own. So as a result, they'll just have to say, let us wait until it is 2032. And another reason why the Kikuyus might not want maybe somebody like Matiang'i to be president, Matiang'i will go for 2 terms. We'll make sure he goes for 2 terms. And that will push the Kikuyus to wait until 2037. So they'll have, in fact, they'll be contented to have Dr. William Ruto as president, because he's going to cease in the term is going to cease in 2032. So they'll rather be under Ruto, who is going to exit in 2032, than be under Matiang'i, who will go up to 2037. And you know, as a president, you are not going to accept to leave it just the way it is. So if Matiang'i is supported, what I didn't tell you is that is Dr. Matiang'i is supported by Rigiji, and then they managed to convince Kalonzo Musyoka to support Matiang'i too, William Ruto will go home. But I don't see that happen. Already we've seen what is happening, and we've read the signs. So let us wait and see. But I can assure you that these coalitions that you are seeing are not going to last. The opposition coalitions, these opposition people, they are not going to stay together until 2027. They are not going to stay together. Mumeona Rigathi Gachagua, these people know that even if we have Rigathi Gachagua as our leader, the man is reckless. I can say that the man is psychotic. The man is sick in the head. And most of these leaders wanaona, the man can anaropokwa to anything that comes. Anything that comes. Until the other day was calling elected leaders in central Kenya foolish people. I don't think that is a statement that should come from someone who wants to be the kingpin, who wants to be the president of a region. And given that, you know, all these things Rigathi has been saying recklessly about the shareholding, about whatever. So suppose the courts maybe okays Gachagua, the court clears him and gives him a go-ahead to vie, of which William Ruto might want to see. The whole country is going to vote for William Ruto. And I want to tell you one thing. All these people that you are seeing, these people who are saying, singing one term, even those ones from the Mrima side, they are people who will be brought on board, like Kalonzo Musyoka, or even Rigathi Gachagua himself, and to face William Ruto. They'll say, we'd rather re-elect this man, William Ruto, than have somebody like Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka on board, unless it is Matiang'i. But I don't see Matiang'i coming on board, because Rigathi knows he is not going to make Matiang'i. Matiang'i is already self-made. And Rigathi Gachagua wants to be on the ballot in 2027. And I have that feeling that in 2027, Rigathi Gachagua is going to be on the ballot. But most importantly, remember what I told you. In 2027, before 2027, all these coalitions you are seeing here will not be there. Rigathi Gachagua might be the only remaining man with these Murima people. Wengine wataona huyu mtu, this guy is whatever, is greedy, is what. In the end, Rigathi is going, ataenda kubakia na watu wake wa Murima peke yake. Anyway, see you next time. I'm Banana Peddler.